Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Midnight Mayhem. With me, as usual, are my two co-hosts.
I'm Bobby, and I love horror.
Leon, I love movies.
And I'm Raymond, the other guy.
Miss you guys. Hope you guys are well.
It's been a while.
It's been rough.
Stop coughing. Cough that way.
One of us.
Yeah. I was sick for 3 weeks, suffering.
Oh, that's how it is.
There you
got
go.
us.
See,
Oh yeah, we haven't seen
patient
each other
zero.
like in 2 weeks.
Patient zero. That's how it started.
Wow.
And,
It's
now
kind
they're
of ironic
both
because of the movie,
recovering.
right?
What do we watch, cousin?
So we watched The Sadness, which is funny because we saw it not too long after it premiered.
We saw it like what, 3 years ago?
I should
I
open
think,
with.
I think we saw it 2022, and the reason why you have just seen it.
Yes, they told me not to watch it.
Yeah.
So they highly told
We saw the movie and we're like, oh, Bobby's not gonna like this. It's too extreme for him. He's not gonna like it. So we're like, Bobby, whatever you do, don't watch this movie. Just don't watch it. And you're like, okay, I'll respect your guys' wishes.
Yeah, I'll respect your guys' opinion. I won't watch it. Now for our audience, it is really difficult to watch at times.
It's very difficult to watch.
I mean, for me, it was not bad. But
For
it was
me,
like,
you know exactly why. For me, it
I get why, but
it
it's
broke all the rules that I had in,
this is not
movie.
entry level horror. This is like veteran horror.
Highly veteran horror.
I mean,
This is
immediately.
like
My nephew. If you're gonna starting this video, do not watch this movie.
Braylon, if you no, just kidding.
drop his home address.
No, sis, mom. Like I can barely recommend this movie to anybody.
No,
So if you like extreme gore
Jesus Christ.
and you're okay with heavy themes, go for it. It's not so bad where it's like
I wouldn't say there's
unbearable.
like heavy themes in this movie. It's just very gory and very sexually charged
Not in the right way.
Yeah.
in all the right ways.
No, not at
Oh
all.
no.
No, when I got a tear coming from my eyes, like, oh no.
No, yeah, it's hard to recommend this movie to people. But did I like it? I guess you'll have to find out. Go ahead, guys.
he has an eye for it. Yeah, so quick summary of the movie. So as Taiwan succumbs to a viral pandemic that transforms peaceful citizens into sadistic, bloodthirsty maniacs, a young couple must battle to be reunited before they too become infected.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Yep,
Wow,
it is.
awesome.
You're trying to find your lady, and you're trying to get to your man in the middle of a crazy.
War torn.
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, it's a very straightforward story. It's more
Yeah.
like the
It's just a
the
survival
ride.
story. It's just survival. Like, it's like, where can they go to survive? That's pretty much it. Like, they don't really have like, you have zombie movies that are like, oh, we gotta head to, the
safe point.
health headquarters because that's where they have the cure, and you know what I mean. Or
Yeah, and this was
we gotta
made-
head north. Like, no, this one is just, let's just try to just
Let's find each other and then figure it out from there.
yeah, let's
This was-
just try to survive.
This was made during COVID, right?
during COVID, I think
During COVID.
so.
And
right?
Taiwan at the time, like early COVID, was manhandling it. They
Yeah.
were doing amazing,
Yeah.
keeping like everything
The
down
pandemic didn't
Yeah.
exist there
for a good while.
so they had to make their own.
Which
So
is
this
crazy
was-
compared to like all their neighbors.
I know. So then, I guess it was like a commentary on how like everybody else is reacting to the situation.
Yeah.
And then they just amped it up to freaking 30. Like,
Yeah.
it was like they're messing with the switches and the dials, and they're pressing every button, and they went. Rah!
Yep.
Oops. So the movie was directed by Rob Jabez. If that doesn't sound Taiwanese, he's not. He's a Canadian. He's a Canadian. He directed, he wrote, and he
Edited.
the whole movie.
Phenomenal. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So this entire movie is his 100%.
Mm.
Let's just say, basically.
So every dislike that you have with it, you can take it up with him.
Every
like
idea,
you-
every direction, everything,
Yeah.
everything, all the script, all the words that come out of these people's mouths.
And there are some words.
There are some words,
some
yo.
choice words that come out of
Exactly.
his mouth.
And acting was on point. Honest to
Oh,
God.
God,
I
dude.
think everybody's acting was on
Oh,
point.
my God,
And there's
dude.
not even the kid actors are like despicable delinquents.
Dude, yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's like, even you can see it.
I was like kid actors. I was like, oh,
Mm.
those kid actors.
But it's like, even like the grandma or the businessman, like they're acting like, it's not just acting, it's more like you can see the suffering in their faces. Like, I don't know if it has to be obviously the makeup design and all that, right? But that obviously like helps, but you can see them as like as creatures, not people. You know what I mean? So yeah, that
I'm
acting.
sure that's not just latent racism coming at you.
What do you,
Those aren't
people.
They're not people.
Let's not touch that.
Definitely not people.
Okay, so
Did I
let's-
mention it's a terror? No, I'm just kidding.
Let's go with our ratings for the movie. We'll start off with you, since you had just watched it.
Fuck.
Overall, for myself, I lean towards like a solid 7. Yeah.
I mean, as a horror movie, it's one of those movies that I remember the first time watching it, and I had a really hard time getting through it. And then we watched it a little bit of a second time around with Bobby.
When you already had it, like,
And everything was coming back, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't like this. It's not such a good second watch, you know. As a horror movie, it was actually very scary to me.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I would give it, as a horror movie, I would give it a solid 8.
That's like
As like a regular movie, maybe like a 6 or something, because it's a really
that's
hard
what
watch, man.
my logic was exactly
It's a
that. That's
really
why
hard
I stuck
watch.
to
It's the
7.
Yeah.
same for me, because I was like, oh, it's either an 8 or a 7. It's 8 because it's a good horror film, but it's a 7 because who am I going to show this to?
Yeah, like it's like what I mean. It's
I'm not going to sit my wife and baby down and be like, oh, check this
'Cause
one out. This is pretty good.
there
like
was a-
rewatchability is it's not that great. Dude.
Oh, I could rewatch it a couple
I
times.
get
I could
My-
rewatch it alone. Like,
I don't think if I can rewatch it
do
alone.
I
It's
explain
just I
it?
don't know, dude.
when you guys told me like don't watch this movie, I was like, oh okay. I imagined the most horrible scenarios, and I was like, I just
so
like,
it's tamed in comparison.
yes, it was. And that's why I was like,
What I mean, how I could watch how
oh, believe me, the stuff I thought of was way worse.
Jesus.
So I was
I was
just
just
like,
saying,
Get
let's
in
hope
touch
this guy
with the
doesn't get
director. You'll
infected.
probably make a sequel.
No.
Son of a bitch.
no, but I was like, oh, that like it went exactly where it went where I expected it to go based on your guys' reactions, but I expected even more on top of that. So I was like, all right,
The fuck.
I was like, this was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, it was very enjoyable.
Like, the parts that they hinted at were parts where you were like, that's going to be in the movie.
Yes,
Where they were
exactly.
just like,
The
oh,
practice-
like they got into the
Yeah.
movie
Like there's some
portion.
movies I don't touch because like disturbing films. Some of them I don't touch
Yeah.
because there's no, the whole point is to disturb you, and I like horror for the spectacle of it. So
Yeah.
when it becomes like this thing where it's like
It's just
a
meant to
different
shock
level of
you.
horrifying.
Yeah.
It's just, and it becomes like depravity, and like come
Right.
on,
like,
like,
Yeah.
Don't Breathe, for example.
Don't Breathe pushes it.
Because it's like,
Very
oh,
much.
it's scary because you're trapped inside with this guy who's like crazy or whatever, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a spectacle. That's
Yeah.
what that is. And then it's like, oh, there's the whole basement and turkey pacer thing where it's like, okay, that's uncomfortable. That's
Yeah,
just there.
It pushes the border to an extreme.
Yeah.
Now I think if they had shown more in that movie specifically, then it would just ruin the movie.
Yeah.
So it's
Because
like
that's them trying to jump the shark.
yeah, I'm not gonna say any of the films I'm thinking of, but like there's plenty of other films where it's just like I see no point in displaying that. Like you can use your imagination to fill in the blanks most of the time.
Sure.
And I think this movie did a pretty good job
Like
of doing that
Yeah.
There's a lot of like,
because they cut away and they don't like
they cut away, but you know what's going on.
exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the difference though. Imagine and the way you guys described it to me, I was like they're just gonna show it, and I'm like that's gonna be horrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I was like, oh, this is fairly good. The practical effects phenomenal.
Practical
Like,
effects are amazing. Like
Amazing.
it's top
Like,
tier.
that's
top
what
tier.
that's what elevates the movie, and the
Yeah.
acting elevates the movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, the story is very generic. It's relatable because we've all at this point, if you lived through our generations, you lived through a pandemic, so it's like that aspect of like fearing your neighbor,
Yeah, exactly.
or like
exactly.
how did I get sick? You know, like how did that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like why did this affect me differently than somebody else?
Or my neighbor and I'm sick, but he ends up dying first, and I last longer. Like it's like they don't really explain
Someone with long COVID versus
exactly,
someone who has no
exactly,
reaction at all
exactly.
with it. It's like,
So it's like
how is that fair?
at the time it was very
It's unfair. It's life.
yeah. I don't know, but I mean, like I said, overall it's a very horrifying movie, just because of I wouldn't say themes are realistic, but I mean it's that I guess primal nature that still exists in some people today, you know, like where it's like they don't give a damn, and they'll act like these people, you know what I mean? They don't have to be infected to act like that, and there's people out there that will do that stuff, you know?
I mean, that reminds me of a story you told me a while back where you told me this, where it was like this grandma and her kid
Yeah.
were driving somewhere,
Uh-huh.
and then some guy cuts her off.
Yeah.
You remember the story?
No.
You were telling me this guy cuts her off, and
Why
she's
is
like,
my
"Oh,
heart
what the
my
hell?"
heart racing like I know, like I haven't heard the story
The
before.
suspense.
So she cut the grandma off, and the grandma's like, "Oh, what the hell's wrong with this guy?" Whatever, right?
Yeah.
So she like honks at him or something, right? Or like she like goes in front of him again,
Sure.
And the guy's just like, okay, whatever. And he pulls out a gun and shoots her. And then he just goes to work.
Oh.
And he just goes his whole day, does his whole day normal, like nothing. Like he didn't
Oh
do anything
yeah,
wrong.
that
I'm not
happened
sure
recently.
you-
Actually, yeah, that happened recently, right?
I mean,
yeah.
he told me the story like a few years back.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I can think of a couple of like real life stories. I'm
'Cause
not gonna go into them.
Okay, because I remember talking to you guys about recently about some guy that it's a road rage thing, and he shot at the car and shot a kid, and he just went to work and did his own thing, didn't say nothing, like until somebody like kind of like suspected it, and they just reported it to the police. But
It sounds like the exact same story. I'm sorry to think you made it up.
But anyways, it's more like human nature has some primal instincts to them,
Well,
Yeah.
it's like
and it's
what
supposed
if,
to be like if you maximized it to the extreme.
like what if you lost your sense of morality? Is
And
pretty
it-
much what this
it's more-
movie explores.
well, it's not
Yes,
even
and then you became
morality.
like
It's just
like a what is it, sociopath?
Yeah.
Path? What's the one where like inflicting pain on other people? What is it called?
Masochist.
suffering.
No, that's for yourself.
Yeah.
But some of them did kind of become masochists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically your morality is thrown out the window. You have no more conscience. I heard some theories about the reason why they're crying is because they're trapped in their bodies. But I'm like, some of them seemed like the businessman, the main antagonist.
Yeah.
He definitely seemed to have embraced the role. Like
It's because he was already like a little bit of a creep before he got
it
infected.
was a
I feel
little bit
like.
of an incel, yeah.
Yeah, like he was already like a bad person. I feel like before
But
that.
it just
so.
gave an excuse to be worse.
Yeah,
Or,
of
like,
course,
yeah.
of course.
So, all right. Well, I mean, we can probably lean on to.
So
the next
hold
part.
on, my bad. So that theory sounds interesting because it's like if you remember the grandma, like she really had she's one of the few people that had puffy eyes.
Mhm.
So as a grandma, do you think like she was like crying a lot before?
Or that she was just infected
Or
so
she-
long that
Because she was the first infected we see. So like usually when you cry, you get puffy eyes, and her eyes were just puffed to the max.
I want to believe that she was just a super nice old lady.
That's what I'm saying.
And
So
then
she
she's
cried the most.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
Crazy.
believe that. It's more effed up that way.
yeah. What's wrong with you? But just to compare our score, so you said you gave it a 6. You said you gave it a 7.
Yeah.
I'm on that same border. Around
I
like
feel
7.
like are we going critic reaction? I want to guess critics.
So IMDb score is
Ah.
going to be 6.5 out of 10.
Oh, I expected lower. Okay.
IMDb.
And then you want critic score or audience score first
Critic score. Critic score. I think is like a 5.8. And then
for Rotten Tomatoes?
for Rotten Tomatoes,
Okay, and then what about for audience?
audience, I feel like is going to be around us, so like maybe 6.8.
Audience, I think it's like an 8. Critics, maybe like I feel like around the same, like 8 and 8. Because it's like it's a horror movie, and like I was creeped out by it. Yeah.
All right, what's the numbers?
So for Rotten Tomatoes, an 88% critic score, which was surprising. For me.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
And then for audience was a 68% because
Oh, okay.
not everybody's
kinda
gonna
like-
stop
Yeah,
us
it
for
wasn't
this type
everybody's
of
cup
film.
of tea.
No, absolutely not.
As a film, it's like, wow, I haven't seen this type of horror before. So it is a fresh take, so it makes sense on the Rotten Tomatoes. Like it's like the whole point of Rotten Tomatoes is like how fresh have you seen this kind of take on this movie before? Doesn't have to be a good movie, I feel like. It just has to be like, is it a fresh take on a film? So I feel like yeah, it is a fresh film. But as a normal film, it's hard to watch.
I couldn't find the budget for this movie. I read some background information that some of the budget for this film came from cryptocurrency, and what was it? It was like the director's
That's pretty awesome.
girls
like Cam,
Cam.
the director's wife was doing like OnlyFans or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Good.
that helped fund the
Good for him. I don't know.
fund.
Make
the
your
thing.
money.
I mean, he's Canadian living in Thailand, so it makes a lot of sense. Like, it makes a lot of sense.
But for-
Cryptocurrency
even
and all
gonna
that,
ask the
dude.
questions I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
cryptocurrency and all that. Like,
That
it
does not
makes
touch those. Yeah.
it makes
the
perfect sense.
Box office was $430,254.
That's not a lot, dude. Well,
I can't imagine this having a very long theatrical release.
I can't imagine having a theatrical release.
yeah, I don't remember seeing it in theaters at all. I just
No,
remember
I
like,
know because I think it said it was a Shudder
It was
original.
a Shudder.
oh yeah,
But if you guys are sick and depraved and you want to watch this for yourself, it is available on Shudder. It is available on AMC Plus, YouTube Premium subscription, Sling TV, Amazon Prime Video, YouTube TV, Philo, and Fandango at home for $2.99.
I personally choose Shudder on that option.
Shutter. Yep, Shutter's the way.
Do you recommend?
Yeah,
to select
I
audiences.
recommend. I mean, if somebody asked me like, hey, what's a good horror movie that
I
you
would
saw
like-
recently, and I'm like, well, if you want to see a horror movie that would creep you out, this one. I'm not saying you're gonna like it, but it's definitely gonna creep you out. So yeah, I would recommend as a horror film. Yeah, I would.
I would have to ask them what they've seen.
Yeah.
And if they're like,
Like if they go like, oh, I like Chucky and I like Scream, it's like, yeah, I'm not.
No,
gonna-
yeah.
Beetlejuice and that one scene from the Pee Wee movie.
Oh, Large Marge, I still get nightmares.
how would I say? They're like, oh yeah, I'm looking at, like, I've seen a bunch so many times I can't find anything fresh. I'm like, all right, I got you. Like,
If they're like, oh yeah, nothing really like gets me anymore, it's like,
Like,
I
I haven't
got
seen
you.
a good. I haven't seen a good like zombie or infected movie in a while. It's like, well,
I don't feel anything anymore.
check
Like, oh,
this,
okay.
check this one out. Okay,
I
yeah,
got you, boo-boo.
exactly.
It's like I liked 28 Weeks Later, but I wish it was more than just rage. Like, okay.
Okay. Well, with that, we should probably take a breather and then we'll knock it out.
Okay,
Alright.
sounds good.
We'll be back. All right, so let me just fix it right there. Perfect. Okay. All right, we're gonna get into the summary of the movie. In Taipei, Taiwan, the emergence of the Alvin virus has sparked debate with the government downplaying the threat, while virologists fear a deadly mutation. The virus swiftly erupts into a violent pandemic, turning the infected into sadistic, hyper-aggressive killers driven by linked urges of... should I say? Yeah, sure. Sex and violence,
Oh, he said it.
all while remaining tragically aware of their actions. The chaos is witnessed through a young couple, Jim and Kat, separated at the start of the outbreak. They fight to survive and reunite. Jim is infected early and battles the virus influence as he makes his way across the city. Kat endures horrific attacks, including the relentless pursuit by a sexually frustrated businessman. We'll get more on that later. And finds a temporary refugee with a virologist, Alan Wong. Alan reveals that he's been testing for a cure by experimenting on abandoned infants and ultimately on Kat herself to see if she's immune. Their paths converge at an overrun hospital. Jim, now fully under the virus control, arrives as Alan prepares to evacuate the hospital with Kat, who shows no symptoms. A violent confrontation ensues where Alan is wounded and infected, and Jim is mortally injured. Kat, after a final terrifying conversation with the monstrous yet loving Jim, would you put loving? Sure. locks him out and escapes to the hospital rooftop. As Jim dies with a grin, the sounds of the helicopter suggest Kat's rescue, though her hysterical laughter reveals it ambiguous whether she was truly immune and has finally succumbed to her infection.
Hey, yo, fantastic job on reading that. Thank you, job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Really felt like
Yeah.
a good recap.
It's like I almost felt like I was watching the movie.
I really did.
It's
I
like
have buttery smooth voice. I didn't realize.
you just got rid of all the parts
Start-
of Molly.
Start doing
All right, so
audiobooks.
what do you want to do next, cuz? You lead us up.
As far as horror rankings go, where do you guys rank this on horror? Is this
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah, eight's fine. Eight's
Yeah,
good.
I
like
was-
obviously not entry level, but this is like the most depraved thing you've ever seen.
It's not the most depraved thing ever.
It's horrifying. No, it's horrifying. It's horrifying. Like, even like I remember watching it a second time, and even like when you see the I guess the police speaking through the speakers on the streets, and they're saying all that obscenities. It's
Well, 'cause
like
it starts off like a regular announcement.
I know.
So
And
it's
then it
like,
gets
oh, okay,
worse.
something's
Yeah,
going
and
on,
it gets worse, and you're like, oh my god, like.
Yeah.
Imagine if like I guess the people that are protecting you are saying that kind of stuff. It's like you just lost. I don't know. It just feels this. I feel like
The
it's a
all is
perfect.
lost moment.
Yeah, I mean it is.
I feel like this is a perfect interpretation of like hell on earth, in my opinion. Like everything that you think hell is, I feel like this is right there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I think with like most zombie movies, it's like, oh, you're gonna run into some zombies. You're
Yeah.
gonna see some
You
survivors.
can react to them.
You're gonna see this. You're gonna see that, or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think there was any point in this movie where Jim runs across a group of people who are not infected or are not being attacked.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's like a nightmare where it's like everywhere you go, something is horrible is happening.
Either something is trying to get you, or something is being eaten in front of you.
Because it's not a zombie movie, right?
No, it's not a zombie movie.
No,
it's an infection
it's
movie.
an infection movie. Yeah.
But it's like it takes because with zombies, it's very much like, oh, you can control them, like you can maneuver around them. Where these ones, because of their intellect, it's like an unstoppable force.
Yeah.
It's because like you know how when we watch like cosmic horror or something, it's like, oh, this uncomprehensible being.
Right.
With this
force?
one, it's just like, yeah, this force you cannot stop. Yeah. This one's a force you can't stop because it's just so overwhelming.
You're right.
And almost like
It's
nothing.
Like you can't like climb a ladder because they can climb ladders. You can't close the door.
There's no
they can
escape.
open doors.
They're smart. No, they're smart.
Yeah.
They're still thinking people. You know, they're smart.
But like that's the horrifying aspect of it, because it's like, what are you gonna do? Because very much you're gonna be infected at some point unless you're immune. And if you are immune, then you're just dedicated to the most horrific fate.
Yeah.
There's almost no out at all in this situation.
I'm wondering if it was like he wrote it on purpose where there wasn't like a plan, because it's like, where do you go from there?
I feel like the directionlessness.
Like the doctor
of it
was
is
like, oh, I'm gonna work on a cure.
Yeah.
By doing depraved things.
Well,
that too. But
go to that aspect. Like, remember what he said? Like, he was in the hospital. These babies got left behind, and he saw what the infection was doing to people. So he didn't want to see.
Might as well experiment.
Well, no, he didn't want to see the infection get the babies, or he didn't want to see, or he didn't want to let the babies suffer the same fate that the people were doing to other people outside and to babies. But at the same time, he's all like, let me just try to find it. Like, these babies are doomed anyways. Let me just try to, like, you know, get them out of their misery by infecting them with the infection.
Sounds like you agreed with him.
Yeah, testing. I was right. I said the right thing.
I don't agree with it, but at the same time, it's like
lesser of two evils.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying he's fighting depravity with depravity.
Yeah,
it's like, because he's like, ultimately this is for the greater good.
Yeah,
and like what I'm doing right here is no different than what is happening out there, and that's why when he finally does get infected, and he kind of is like, I enjoyed it. It's like, that's fucked. Like,
yeah, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like I don't feel like there's some aspect where it's like, do you think they actually did those things, or they're just saying it just to get a reaction from other things?
In that scenario, I think there was some part of him that was like, didn't enjoy it or something. It was probably more like that part of his brain that, like, how could people, you know when you see something depraved, you're like, how can anyone do something like that?
Yeah.
And
when
then
you think about it, you're like, oh, like,
you could see, but it's like, and you're like, imagine this virus that like takes your conscience away and purposely like makes you do like the things you don't want to. You would say something that messed up. Yeah. It would be the opposite of your personality.
Yeah,
which is interesting to think about. I'm very curious to hear this about the movie, because mine's gonna be a very weird answer for you guys. Who was your favorite character in the movie? Because yeah,
well, yours was Molly.
Mine was not Molly.
What's the boyfriend's name? Jim. I would say Jim.
Okay.
I would say
Jim.
Cat.
I like the businessman.
Fucking A, dude.
As an antagonist,
I'm editing that out. No,
no, like he like as an antagonist and as the character he played and the actor, like
his acting was
everything was crazy.
Actually, I do agree. He played a fucking phenomenal villain.
Yeah, like
I was afraid of that villain. Every single time I saw him on screen, I was like, oh fuck.
Everyone in the movie was dull except him, and I was like, God damn! Like I was like, because his scrawniness, his timid, like, fucking beta male nature.
His look, yeah. His look,
it added
his
to the fear of it. And I was like, God damn.
When you see the grandma on screen, you're like, oh, that's creepy. When you see like the neighbor, you're like, oh, that's creepy. But when you see him, you're like, oh shit, like you know, especially when they're in the hospital, you see him in the background.
Do you think it added to it? So before the attack on the train, because he's like trying to like,
he's hit on the girl.
Like he shoots his shot, but then he immediately goes incel.
He wasn't really, but you can interpret it like, oh, he's trying to be weird.
Yeah,
like he's just trying to get her number or whatever.
But men have this, and I'm talking from as a guy's perspective. They have this like this thing where it's like, oh, the girl friend zoned me just because I talked to her and she didn't want to like do anything additional, like wanting no relationship with me. Like, you're not entitled to that woman. Yeah. Like there's nothing that requires her to have me want to interact with you.
What if you're really nice?
What if you're just really nice? Yeah.
And that's what they think too. It's like, well, what happened? I was nice. Yeah. I deserve this. Like, no, you don't, dude.
No, you don't do shit.
Every time I went over her, I was like, where my hug at?
Yeah. Dude.
Like,
wait, I was nice.
And that's what like him having that mentality that like so many like
Yeah.
But it was
people
the
should
fact
grow
that
out of
before the attack on the train, because he's still sitting next to her,
Mhm.
and he was like, "Oh, like what's wrong with this country? Like, like guy can't even talk to a girl anymore without being."
And
called
see,
a
there's
weirdo."
people out there
And-
that are like
yeah,
that.
but he's like the fact that he's like murmuring to himself, right?
Yeah.
Before he's even affected,
Sure.
the fact that he's like that depraved.
And this is where the crank up works, all right? We know I was just talking about the doctor as a parallel, right? I'm gonna make a comparison. The doctor was like said the most depraved thing, even though he may not have meant it. He just continued talking the way he was already talking.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
like he didn't change. He just became more
Crazy.
like it just released that restraint on him.
He used his internet personality in real life.
Yeah, because even like at the end of the movie, because we already spoiled everything at this point. It's James, right? Or Jimmy?
Jim.
So Jim, he's like saying how much he loves her, and then when it's time to say what he like that he actually loves her, like his version of love is now torture and all this horrible stuff.
Yeah.
It's like that's not what he would have really said it, and I'm sure she understood that he can't say what he actually means because this thing's messing with him. So it's like for the incel to become worse incel is like yeah no I thought he just everything about him was just great, like in the scene where they're chasing it's Molly, that's the name of the girl,
Yeah.
when she's running and those two bigger dudes can't get through the door because she blocked it, and his scrawny ass gets through. I was like, that is fucked. And then he bends the bars, and I'm like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
a
talking about
cat.
the end.
Molly's
Molly's
chubby
the-
chick.
Yeah.
No,
Damn.
but I was just like that made like his scrawny nature is literally enabling him to chase, and it's scary as shit. So as a character in a movie, he was the most like by far the most entertaining thing. Obviously super depraved and don't justify any actions of any kind clearly, but I was like, yeah,
I really see myself in this character.
no, I didn't identify with the character.
We were all in high school once.
But I'm just like, man, what a character to write and to make, like, because I don't know, whenever you see someone who acts like trying to find appropriate words here, someone who acts
Psycho?
like that, no, I can think of meaner words. Someone who acts like that, you just kind of almost write them off, like, just like they're not threatening.
Like he's too much. Just forget about him,
Yeah,
or they
yeah.
kill him off or some shit like that.
I'm just talking about in real life, like when you meet people like that.
Oh yeah.
They're nothing to you almost. It's like grow the fuck up, like
Yeah, dude.
man the fuck up,
Yeah.
like grow a pair. This is the nicest things I can say. So,
Or it's like you meet somebody in life, you're like, I don't want this person in my life. You just
I
kind
don't
of
need
cut them
someone in my
off,
life like
right?
that, right?
You forget about them, but in this movie, it forces you to follow them.
yeah.
It forces you to just like watch them go from this to worse, and it's like, oh, like
Well, you explained why you like the businessman. So why did you choose Jim as your favorite?
I feel like because
he
it's
was
like
the main guy.
Well, no, because it's like he, even though at the end, like, yeah, he turned, but like he went through literally hell to find his girl. Didn't even know if she was
That's a
alive.
nice thought.
Didn't even know if she was alive. He still went out looking for her, knowing that these people, when they turn, go crazy like this. He had no idea if she was turned or not. He was just trying to find her. So him seeing all this crazy shit happen in front of him, going through all of this, getting his fucking fingers chopped off, and still going out, I'm like, that's a hero right
That's
there.
dedication.
You know, that's you know, it's just one of the few people in the movie that had the right morale. You know, so that's why
the way
I
you
like him.
described, that's the exact reason why I like the dad from Hills Have Eyes. He's like, I already know they're out there. I'm gonna get my baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say very similar. Why Kat was my favorite character is because she was the one who showed the most like empathy, despite knowing everything that was happening. She still went out of her way to protect Molly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's like because the last thing she sees before leaving the hospital, or like that section of the hospital, is Molly was saying like, "Oh, like thank you for saving me."
Yeah.
She doesn't know what happens to her, but like she went out of her way to help someone other than herself without without putting herself first. Just helping someone just to help them.
Oh, you guys' answers are nice.
Oh, he's crazy. I love that character.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was nuts. It was actually like an intimidating, like regular human. like that's weird.
Yeah.
So what did you guys like about the film?
The practical effects.
Yeah,
Amazing
that's
practical
amazing.
effects. Great acting.
It was a fresh take on the genre. I enjoyed
The
it.
camera work is pretty great too. Like it's a lot of show, but a lot of background show as well. You
Yeah.
know, like you see all
Like-
these things happening in the background that are very heavily implied, but
Like
just
the first scene with Granny,
yeah,
she's not the vocal point of the shot.
no,
She's in the background.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, she's in the background.
The businessman at the hospital,
Oh,
he's not the vocal point of
oh,
the shot.
dude, that fucking made my heart sink when they're in the hospital. You're like, okay, well, they're gonna be okay here for a while, and then you just see him behind the window. You're like, oh, fuck, like you can't go anywhere. You cannot go anywhere. Ah, fuck.
Favorite scenes? There was a lot. There's a lot. Like throughout the movie, I loved how.
Not favorite scene. Just what did you like about? The
I
movie?
know. I just kind of warped into my mind. It's just it's the way that it ramps up immediately. Like there's no messing around. It's like
There's
it's-
no
it's,
breaks.
Hey, these guys,
There's no
this
breaks.
couple is arguing over like
Vacation.
and whatnot.
He's like,
we're
hey, can you
gonna
take
go-
me to work? Okay, I'll drop you off. And then it's like, oh,
And-
by the way, the world's ending.
Yeah, and it's just boom, and that hit the ground running and not slowing down is pretty insane.
Yeah.
When the movie finished, like I fell out of breath. I was running with him the whole time. I was like,
upset at the ending.
I was like, ah, yeah,
but
of
not in a
course,
bad
of
way.
course.
Like it was more like, dang, that sucks.
Devastating.
Because the whole movie's called The Sadness, so I'm expecting a tragic ending.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's why I interpret it as a sad ending. So
Now, who had the sadder ending, the sadness or the mist?
oh, The Mist, 1,000%.
Yeah, the miss. Yeah, the miss. Because it could have ended happily. It's just because of his actions. Like,
This movie, there's no like, oh, maybe they're okay. It's like, no.
yeah, no.
Uh-huh.
Nobody's okay in this movie.
No, yeah, no. I don't want to spoil The Mist, but it's like,
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
oh my god.
Sure. Yeah.
Imagine being put in that position. Imagine living through that position.
Did this movie remind you? Did this movie remind you of any other movies you guys have seen prior?
Outside of like the obvious like 28 weeks.
Yeah, it was like 28 Weeks was like for sure one that felt like. This one was more depraved, but this was like if 28 Weeks was for your tweens. This is like adults.
Yeah.
I want to say, fuck, I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, 28 weeks because of like just
How fast it
just
spreads.
how fast it spreads and the rage of these people, you know, like. But at the same time, like I want to say, a Clockwork Orange in a way. That's a weird comparison,
No, it's not. I think that's.
but that's
valid.
because like these you know, the goons in Clockwork Orange, like
They were like, oh, what's his name? The main guy.
yeah, like
Edward, I think that's the
yeah,
name of that. I
like
forget that name.
they're these primal people that just, you know, they do all of, you know, above all
It was
above
all as
yeah,
if they were him.
all of the
Yeah.
above to a lot of people, and just because they think it's funny and it's fun, right? So and they explore that in the Clockwork Orange. It's like, well, you know, everybody has these feelings. How do you cure them? So I feel like right here, it's like there is no cure. Just fucking everything gets exposed. So yeah, it is disturbing. And just like a 28 weeks later, I feel like there's no time to breathe. You know, you're like I feel like exhausted at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a comic series that I came across a few years back. It was called Crossed. And I don't know if it was based off of the comic because the comic came out in it says 2010, 2011, around that time. And it's very similar where it's like these people, they get infected and they just start doing all this really depraved, like just stuff.
Really?
That, yeah.
What is it called?
It's called Crossed.
Crossed.
Yeah, because I remember as a publication date 2008 to March 2010.
Huh.
Because I remember like looking, I was like, oh, I wonder if there's any like horror manga or horror comics I can find or whatever. And I was on YouTube and I came across this guy. His name was like, I think it was Spooky Rice, and he was doing like a breakdown of each like chapter as they were coming out.
That's interesting. I don't know too much about like any of that.
Yeah, it was. Let's see. It says the comic explores the aftermath of a global pandemic that turns people into homicidal maniacs who bear distinctive cross-shaped facial rash. After the series concluded in 2010, the comic followed. Yeah, so it was an interesting read, but like literally that story, like with the infected, reminded me like the exact same as this movie for the sadness.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people are saying that it's actually a rip-off of Crust. I'm like, well, it's not like it's probably inspired by.
Inspired,
Yeah,
I would say.
sure.
I would say inspired,
Yeah.
but like to say it's like, oh, it's completely ripped off.
Right. Yeah. No.
But anyway, before we wrap up, I got some behind the scenes.
Before we get to that, I think the main character of Clockwork Orange was Alex.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah.
I was bugging the crap out of me. I was like, come on. I was like, I said Edward because memory poor.
Do you want to take a break before it, or do we have time?
I think we'll finish up.
We got time.
Cool.
So there were very little computer animation in The Sadness, with 99% of the special effects being practical effects.
Amazing.
What was? I don't even remember what was CGI.
I can't.
Oh, yeah, maybe the TV screens when it's like the what's it called, the emergency. That's the only thing that could be just green screen.
Isn't
Maybe
there
some
a
blood
shot
splat.
of the city when he's leaving?
No, because I remember I think one of the TVs that was in the shot was a CRT TV, and with those, when you're filming it, the frame rate of those TVs are always hard to catch.
Mm-hmm.
So unless it's green screen, you'll see like lines going through. So
Gotcha.
maybe that
So the movie was filmed in 28 days.
later.
The movie was filmed in 28 shooting days in
Oh wow.
That's crazy.
Taipei in Taiwan.
During the pandemic.
Mhm.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Ralph Chu, who played the friendly neighbor in The Sadness, is a very recognizable face in Taiwan due to years of being the spokesperson of a popular supermarket chain. They basically have like a local celebrity in the movie.
cool.
He played the neighbor.
And even he was a great actor. Like
Yeah.
he was
That
just.
sad. I felt so sad when he when he's the first infected, because then you're like, oh, this is how like depraved everybody is.
Yeah.
And then the cartoon played at the beginning of the film was an animated short from 2015 that was made by the film's director. So that cartoon with the wolf and the stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That was a
about
short
that,
film
too.
made by the director.
Oh, that's
Interesting.
cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was a reference to something, but I had no idea. That's interesting.
So final thoughts.
It's
I enjoyed the movie way more than I thought. That's my final thought. It was way better than I expected.
I actually had a harder time watching it the second time around than the first time.
Really?
yeah, I did.
I the second time I saw it was the time we were watching it
Yeah.
with Bobby, but I've seen like stuff on it prior to that, so it wasn't like as difficult to watch. But
I've only seen before we watched it the first time. The only scene that I saw was the grandma coming into the restaurant, and I was like, "This looks crazy." And just by that scene, I was like, "I want to watch it." I had no idea how
messed up.
how crazy it was gonna get after that, because it does get 100 times worse than that, you know.
Yeah.
So
I
and
wonder what my initial reaction would have been, because I had, like I said, I already gassed it up in my mind. So I'm trying
just
to
without
imagine.
us telling you, like, "Oh, dude," you know.
You're like, Bobby, don't watch it.
You would have been flabbergasted.
Maybe.
yeah,
Maybe.
probably, dude. Yeah.
You've been traumatized.
Maybe.
We gave you a few years to sit on and think.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I've seen like stuff that ramps up like that before. So I'm like, maybe since then.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think if you had watched it initially, I don't think you would have enjoyed it.
Hmm.
But I think the fact that you've waited and you've like thought about like what it could have been, what it
Probably.
couldn't have been, then you've seen things since then.
Yeah.
I think that helped with your
Yeah.
overall like viewing experience.
Good for me.
Yeah, good for you.
But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you for joining
Feel free
us.
to follow us on
Thank
our
you.
social media platforms. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram.
We're on TikTok,
We're on TikTok.
and we're still waiting on that Facebook page.
Yeah, whenever you get a
Oh
chance.
yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys didn't enjoy the movie. And then we
I
will
hope
see you
people
guys
don't watch
in the
it
next
because
one.
of us.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
All the
Love
comments are gonna
you.
be like, why would you make us watch
Why?
this?
we watch it. We look at the thumbnail and then we watch it, and then to watch it with you. Like, why would you do this?
All right. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.